it was infiltrated, or they tried to co-op. That's not necessarily the first run-in that I've had with the FBI. They went after my grandmother, and this is even on her Wikipedia page where they went after her. It was something in the early 90s called Operation Court Broom, and it's where the FBI went in and set up a whole bunch of judges to try and get them to take bribes. They were going after my grandmother. So they were doing it. It worked. The way the FBI works today is how they've always worked. What they do is they start out with some low-level thug, some dummy, and who they used was the attorney for Manuel Noriega, who was the Panamanian the dictator. Anyway, they used his attorney in Miami they accused. They said, hey, look, you've got IRS back taxes. We're going to put you away for a long time if you don't work for us. He says, okay. They use him to go after some attorneys in the Dade County courthouse. They bribe these attorneys. Next, they threaten these attorneys, say, we got you. We're going to put you away for the rest of your life unless you help us get these judges. So they went after the judges, and they got 2 judges who were associates of my grandmother. Then they told these judges, we will reduce your sentences if you help us get Morphonious. And they refused. They knew she was clean and they weren't going to do it. But it was a scary time for our family.
Okay, so we can hear him saying that the grandmother was clear or was clean. Let's take a look at Grandma for a minute, because it actually is pretty not surprising. I mean, Grandma definitely looks like Grandpa. And so we've got other pictures. So here is the awesome judge who was known to carry a gun, who showed up to work with a chimpanzee, who had outrageous sentences, whose entire court or office was in lavender. And again, very severe sentences, and tumultuous marriages, multiple. So that's the first shot of Grandpa. And so let's take a look at this article right here. They're all saying that that Grandpa's career ended in shame. And so we have it right here on this website. Her career ended unhappily in 91. Operation Court Broom swept her out. Turned up evidence of bribery. She retired gracefully in a cloud of lavender. So we've got it on this article. There's another one that talks about her book and her career. And actually, she was apparently a former model. He was a former model and beauty queen. This is, again, if you look at Miss America, they're all men in drag. And so this completely, I don't have a picture. There's very few pictures of Grandpa. If you look at interviews with the Washington Post, Orlando Times, 60 Minutes, there's nothing. There's no pictures. But again, we have affirmation again that she was actually involved, and there was some accountability that of course she was corrupt. I mean, these systems, anybody who's been in court and dealt with the police and these public prosecutors and everything and judges, they're all corrupted. I mean, and there's a reason for that. And so this is off of his book, and this picture can't be more damning. I mean, you can see that this is a wig. Clearly, this is a man. I mean, you can see the large jaws, the wide eyes, the huge skull. I mean, it's just a man with a wig on him. And this is why he's got some lipstick on him. And so you can see that this transgender inversion has been in Jake's family for some time. And so he really had no choice. I mean, he's born in this Luciferian family where they're going to transbite him or transvest him right in a very early age. And so this is what, if you look at the guy, he doesn't look very happy, at Jake. And if you look at his affect, you look at his facial affect, just his face, he's got what's called a flat affect. And typically flat affects are the result of emotional trauma, when you're young. So he can't. There's no expression on his face. He's got this flat affect. You don't really ever hear him laugh. There's not a lot of joy. There's no twinkling in the eyes. The guy is just a dead soul. Same as Grandpa. So he's exactly. I mean, you just gotta love this guy, right?